As we inch ever closer at a snail's pace to next generation, we prepare to get blown away by these fantastic devices. Whether you're going to go PlayStation, Xbox, or both, obviously both are going to have something incredible to offer. It just comes down to your personal opinion. But we did indeed get our first glimpse of the DualSense controller in the hands of Jeff Keighley. If you guys missed it, there was a few different breaking stories that kind of broke that I wanted to cover in one singular video. No need to kind of space it out into multiple different things, but I thought that they were very interesting and that everybody would very much like to sort of hear what I had to say on actually what was presented. And we also learned some new facts that we didn't know before about the PlayStation 5. So as good a time as any to get out there and sort of cover what we're going to be doing. And I'm looking forward to sort of doing that for you right now. What's up, everybody? Crapgamer here with Crapgamer Reviews, back with another video. Thank you so much for checking it out. I appreciate it. Please like, share, subscribe. I would appreciate that as well. It helps out the channel, and that means a lot to me personally. Always say the best way to support a content creator is simply to hit the like button. I put a lot of work and effort into these videos, and if you guys could just get a like on there, that would be great. If you really want to show some support, hit the bell so you're notified of all the content as soon as it drops, or at the very least, at the most, if you really want to support, you can, become a member on the channel. So that would be awesome and very much appreciated. So with that being said, let's get right into it and let's talk about what we saw and what we can expect to see in the coming days and weeks and months. Man, it seems like we've been talking about these consoles for a long time, and yet we still don't have them. We don't even know the price. But there are some good news when it comes to that. Yes, there are. There are some good news. There is some good news. Yes, unscripted, folks. Let that be a lesson for you. You don't need a fancy script and a PhD to do YouTube videos and be entertaining. That comes from the heart, and I feel like I do that incredibly well. So anyway, one of the things that we learned from this was PS5 pre-orders won't just magically happen within a minute's notice, according to Eric Lampel. Eric Lampel revealed in a new interview with Jeff Keighley that Sony's actually going to inform us with pre-orders ahead of time so that they won't happen with a, quote, minute's notice. The statement came during the showcase of the new DualSense controller, and also after a number of rumors were circulating earlier in the week that pre-orders of the console were going to go live. The full statement reads as follows. We'll let you know when pre-orders will happen. It's not going to happen within a minute's notice. At some point, we'll let you know when you can pre-order the PlayStation 5. It's very positive news because, hey, guess what? Most of us, if you're watching this, you probably really want to, pre-order the PS5. I know I do. Even though there's going to be more consoles available and more consoles available than we thought at launch, we don't know the situation per se. Even though they're making, 10 million for worldwide, that's not really a lot when you consider all things taken into that factor that, we'll be able to get shipping. Like, that's a thing as well. There's been, with what's going on in the world right now, who knows, right? Like, I don't take any chances with a lot of stuff, but so it's going to be very interesting. So we also got a first idea of what the DualSense controller looked like in terms of its size and scope, and it's actually a little bit bigger than the DualShock 4. So from Twitter, Jeff Keighley also tweeted out an image of the two side by side. The DualSense is a little bit chunkier and wider, but the handles actually where you hold the controller are quite a bit thicker than what we've seen on DualShock. So they're actually very similar in what they look like, but also a completely different sort of setup. It looks like the actual nubs are almost the same, but everything else has kind of been redone. A lot of people were assuming that the controller were massive. Nope, no massive controllers here. It just actually looks pretty good, and I gotta say, I'm impressed with what Sony have done. They could have just rested on their laurels, but they didn't. They went all out, and I think that's really paying off for us, the consumers, because you know what? This is going to be awesome. We're getting everything we've been asking for, and that is pretty incredible when you think about it, right? So I think that that's something that a lot of people wanted to talk about. Another thing that I sort of wanted to talk about, which actually adds into the value of the PlayStation 5, is something that I did a video on before. Yes, they are giving away a free game with every PlayStation 5 purchase. It's already installed, so you don't have to download anything, so you can just get your PlayStation 5 and play right away. But Astro's Playroom is a multi-hour game. It's not a tutorial or a short demo, as confirmed by Jeff Keighley. He revealed in the Summer Games Fest stream that Astro's Playroom is a multi-hour game, not just a tutorial to the PS5 or a short collection of demos. The news actually came as he revealed some of the first gameplay for himself, showcasing the DualSense controller and some first impressions of it. It it's actually nice to hear that, because Astrobot Rescue Mission is one of my favorite VR games of all time. Now, I know VR is incredibly niche, and not a lot of people have it. Like 5-6 million people have PSVR and have played, and who knows, of those 6 million or whatever that have actually played Astrobot Rescue Mission, you don't know what you're missing. This is this generation's Mario 64, in my opinion. I think it's like a 90 Metacritic or something. It rated higher than every Xbox exclusive, with the exception of Forza Horizon and Ori 2. So that just goes to show you how amazing this game is, and with VR added into the mix, it's even better, and it's something that I think a lot of people will want to try. The good news about this is it actually brings it into a more mainstream setting, to where people can actually go out there and play it and not need VR. Sort of like what they did with Super Lucky Tales, although Super Lucky Tales was nowhere near as good as Astrobot, but same principle. The first Lucky Tales game was, I think, a VR game, and then they made it more of a general platformer just so more people would be able to try it out. And I think that went over extremely well with the fans and things like that. So that's really good as well, because, look, that's what people want to see. It's just one of those kind of things that just makes you feel good. Again, a free game thrown in that you can just boot up and play. I know it might not be everybody's cup of tea, or somebody might go, oh, well, it's a cartoon-looking game. Well, you know what? They have their place. Platformers have their place. It really just depends on what you're interested in. So I am very interested in that, because I like platformers. I think that the first game was fantastic. So being able to see that, really, really impressive. Really, really something that I thought was pretty awesome. So, as far as I can tell, we got a lot of good news. Also, there was something that was debunked. Okay, and I really felt like this was something that was important to debunk, because I know maybe you guys don't go, or girls, the guys and girls don't go out there on Twitter and social media and stuff. I like social media. It's a good way to kind of interact with people. By the way, you can reach me at @the_Crapgamer, and I'll respond to you, everybody. Just send me a tweet. Now I'm tweeting. I got my phone, the Twitters and all that kind of stuff. I really enjoy it. But there was this because of the way that Microsoft has a deal with Ubisoft for Far Cry 6, right? There was that little thing that says that it's only 4K Ultra HD HDR on Xbox One X and Xbox Series X, right? So that led a bunch of people yesterday to run with that theory that it wasn't going to be possible, that the PS5 version wasn't going to be 4K, right? Listen. And then what happened was a Twitter support person from Ubisoft was like trying to confirm that, says yes, it just reads like the banner says, only for that to actually be retracted and deleted. And they actually confirmed that the Far Cry 6 banner that claimed 4K Ultra HD would only be possible on Xbox One and Series X. They recanted that and actually said that, they're bad. They only meant that the Xbox versions were that, Again, if you're out there and you're foolish enough to believe that the Xbox One X is capable of 4K and not the PlayStation 5, that's a pretty foolish assumption, given the fact that Far Cry 5 on the PS4 Pro was running over 1600p by itself. So again, completely weird that people would actually think that. Funny part is, Far Cry 5 also was native 4K on the Xbox One X. So, for people not to believe that it would be that way on the PS5 is a little bit conspicuous. People just kind of believe what they want to believe. But I was happy to see that was kind of debunked pretty quickly by Ubisoft. They deleted that tweet pretty quick and went out there and went ahead and said, hey, this isn't true. This is only about the Xbox version and stuff like that. You don't have to worry about the PlayStation 5 version. Look, it's going to be fine. I hate to break it to people, right? Because a lot of Xbox fans lately, and I was in this camp for a long time, there's a lot of Xbox fans out there that realistically, these Xbox fans realistically are of the case and idea that the Xbox Series X is just going to do things in like 8K, 100K, a billion frames per second, and that's just not going to be the case. They just you get that built up in your head. They think the Xbox Series X is going to be $400 and that the Lockhart's going to be $150. Like, this is just unrealistic expectations. Let me be blunt about it. 99% of multiplats, especially big AAA multiplats, are going to be pretty much the same. If they're going to be 4K 30 on one, they're going to be 4K 30 on the other. If they're going to be 4K 60 on one, it's going to be 4K 60 on the other. You might see some dynamic resolutions in there a bit and stuff like that, but at the end of the day, these consoles are very similar. 16 to 18% difference is hardly a huge gap that Sony can't make up or that these developers are going to really exploit. So you're not going to see any huge differences. Like, I would say one of the hugest differences we've seen this generation was Red Dead Redemption 2 between the Xbox One X and the PS4 Pro. I doubt we see those big of differences this time around. You know what I mean? That's just not going to happen. I just think that both Microsoft and Sony have great consoles, and it's just one of those things that's kind of sad to see, where everybody just kind of runs with this now on social media as if the PS5 is weak or something. They act like it's an Atari or something along those lines. It's honestly not. It's a very capable machine, and I think the more people realize that, the better off everybody will be. I'm looking forward to seeing what these things can actually do when the time comes. That's my main goal right now, is I want to see what the games look like and how they play and stuff like that. So it's going to be very interesting to see how that works out. I'm very interested to hear your thoughts and opinions on it. Let me know in the comments below. Feel free to reach me on Twitter at @_Crapgamer, Xbox Live, MOH Crapgamer. You can reach me on PSN, just Crapgamer. And as always, I thank you greatly for your time. Thank you for watching another one of my videos. Please share with your friends, and have a fantastic day. Have fun gaming. Rack 'em up. Game on. Crapgamer, out.
Unscripted.